So what happened to us? Wealth, risk, reward, not. Now, when you couple so far what I've said in about 20, 25 minutes, and you try to balance in your own lives, risk-reward ratio. I'm going to do this at what risk? I'm going to do this at what reward? Okay? If saving the trees is your reward, yet you're not bright enough to understand you got to go make $1 trillion, well, let's say you are bright enough. Well, I got to somehow come up with some kind of gimmick or scheme or whatever to, save the world. That's going to take time. Okay? So you go to school, you go to a good school, you get a degree. Well, now you can't get a good job with just a regular degree, so you go get a master's, you go get a PhD. Okay, so what you're really doing is you're spreading out the real decision-making process. You're procrastinating in one way, because now they're saying that you don't have to have a degree. And right now, with all the burden the kids carry for the debt from having degrees, in this country it's a little different. But in the United States, for example, our daughter went to a prestigious graduate school to the tune of 5 quarters, $105,000. Not counting books, room and board, etc. Now, in her particular case, like you said, some people choose to be born to poor parents. I choose to be born to you, Daddy. So that's not something our daughter thought of. But our son wanted to pay for school on his own. If I can't do it on scholarships or my own money, I won't go. So he went to prestigious schools and had to work, etc. And I think working and going to school is a good thing. Just recently, remember, wealth, risk versus reward, not. I just happened to look, I'm eligible to collect Social Security, which is like the government pension after so many years. And I'm at the max. And the longer I wait, I can't get any more than I could when I was 70. So I had him send me all the paperwork. In August of 61, I turned 16 years old, and that's the first time you can work legally and get a Social Security card. I turned 16 on the 10th of August, and the first month, August of 61, I earned $241. Now, if you do the maths, I don't know why you call it maths here, but if you do the maths, 240, and I got paid $1.05 an hour. Skip the nickel. $1 an hour, and I was part of a union, Teamsters Union. So I got $1 an hour for 240 hours. So I roughly worked 240 hours in 20 days. If you had a headache, want to go home, I'll take your shift. If you wanted to go see your mom, I took your shift. If you wanted a day off to be with your girlfriend, I took your shift. I couldn't work enough hours. But at 20 days, 240 hours. Now you can't find anybody to take a second shift. And the work ethic is all wrong. When my father retired after 28 years as a Los Angeles policeman, 28 years, he had 700 days leave not paid for. So he didn't take leave for 700 days over 28 years. Well, if you do the maths again, he barely took any days off in 28 years. And they gave you a check in those days. So he got a pretty hefty check. Now, a few years ago, my wife and I were in Australia. We listened to a couple explain to their children how they were going to map their entire careers. The kids were 13 and 15 respectively. How they were going to map their careers, how to get the best job with the best statutory leave. What the fuck? That's how why? I was bloody on my shin. Sally kept kicking me. Don't say anything, don't say anything. Boom, boom, don't say anything. I wanted to go and choke that mother. I wanted to choke her eyes out of her fucking head. And then I wanted to beat the old man until he was like a goddamn watermelon. Those kids have no chance. None. And there was another young couple there that was mapping their life already based on statutory leave, and they were Americans, so it made me even more sick. How can the kids have a chance? Going from job to job just so they can accumulate more statutory fucking leave. People ask me why I still work 50, 60 hours a week and I'm supposed to be retired. I saw my dad never take a day off. And then you'll say, well, that's why you're so fucked up, Dan, because your dad never took a day off. He never took you to the ball game. He never took me to the ball game. I can guarantee that. I still remember he got into, when I was about 13 or 14, which I was getting in a lot of trouble. He got into this. He took me to a father-son picnic once. And we're at the picnic, and my dad was an all-American gymnast. Some people say I strived because I was a mediocre athlete, and I'm being kind to myself when I say mediocre, and he was an all-American gymnast. And we went to a park where they were having the junior high school father-son picnic, and there were like rings. There's a sand pit here, and the chin-up bar and rings and stuff. My dad told me, stand there. When my dad said stand there, I didn't fucking move, not 1 centimeter. And he walked up to the rings. He took them like this into an iron cross, and he directly went into a reverse iron cross, which means your feet are above your head. He's 41 years old then. And then he did a couple of other fancy things, which I forget the names of. Then he flipped to a dismount, and then all the other fathers disappeared. There wasn't another daddy standing there. When my dad said something, kids sue parents now to get divorced. That's so far beyond my comprehension. I wouldn't even look cross-eyed at my dad. My dad invented tough love in the 50s. But again, he'd say, my son's not successful because of me. My son's successful in spite of me. But if he were sitting here, he'd be 99. He died in his early 90s. He'd say, well, how's your program working out with your kids? That was his retort to everybody when they'd say, Dan, Manny, you're too hard on him. Well, how's your program working out? You know? Well, what's your kid done with the shit? Father of 3 children, doesn't live with the women, been in jail. How's your program working out? And now, discipline is not considered politically correct. In the early 90s, in my seminar, I hit the participants. Hit them. Oh, I could cave your head in like a fucking watermelon. I mean, hit them. I had people come up to me. Dan, I want to leave this seminar remembering you. Please break my jaw. Heathrow Airport, 1999. Boy, I broke more than his fucking jaw. Then you were embarrassed to go to the police to say you got your ass whipped. What the fuck happened? Wealth, risk, reward,